Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. And for Utah, they managed to take Game 1 of the season series against this team, looking to seal their series advantage with a win tonight. Well, we have a good one tonight. Two powerhouse clubs about to throw down. Kenny, how do you see this playing out?
Well, you got two teams bringing out their best in each other tonight, Ernie. So that's why this game is a must-see matchup. Tremendous individual matchups as well, and this will be a heated rivalry for years to come.
I'm seeing something in the ball.
And what ball?
The crystal ball.
Right. Not that again.
I think this could be a preview of these teams meeting in the postseason.
Wow.
Everyone in the league will also be watching.
Wow.
Shaq Thomas.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch it.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch
Just
it.
hand me that ball, please.
Can't touch it.
Why?
Look,
Oh! He just dropped
don't
the
have to
ball.
worry about that shtick anymore.
He dropped the ball.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
At power forward, Draymond Green. At shooting guard, Klay Thompson. At center, DeMarcus Cousins. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. At the other forward position, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Kerr.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. The Jazz make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. The big story is the return of Jay Crowder from being injured.
Well, I mean, that was a short leave of absence, and now that they have him back in the fold, we'll see if he can pick up right where he had left off.
And it's the Warriors to start out. Now here's Curry. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The tremendous pair of Curry and Klay in the backcourt. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot.
Well, pretty amazing to have a collection of shooters like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant all together on the same team. We're talking about 3 of the league's best shooters ever in the history of the league. People try to rank these guys against each other, guys.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Now here's Thompson. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis. The shot's good. Durant's got his first basket of the night.
I think your best option defensively is to try to keep the ball out of Durant's hands, because if he's that close, he will convert.
Exum kicks to Favors. Back to Exum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. On defense, he said, quote, "We're going to have to neutralize their high flyers. We can't play above the rim against these guys. Whatever it takes, we need to shut down the lane." See if they are able to do that during the game, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And we're about 1.5 minutes into the first quarter. The fader.
You have to like that defensive effort. Dante Exum using his size to throw these shooters off.
Ingles against Durant. The Jazz working the ball around now.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Utah shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw drops for Ingles. Well, we're about halfway through the season outdoors. It's no longer new. The playoffs are still a ways away. Seems like a time when players can start to lose focus.
No doubt, Kevin. You have that sense that maybe the All-Star break is coming or going, and you still have that fight you've got to get through, the February, March doldrums. But this is why coaches always talk about, let's play in the moment. Let's not worry about the results. What you can do every day, each moment. When you can do those kinds of things and just lock in on small tasks, then you've got a team that can contend.
Good coaches always seem to steer their teams in the right direction at this time of the year.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
He's so very quick to convert off the miss, and usually with authority. Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Curry against Rubio. He dishes it to Ingles. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good by Favors. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. Trailing by 4. Durant finds Thompson. 11 feet away. That one drops for him. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Exum passes to Gobert. Here's Rubio, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Greg, he's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches the pass.
Now looking at this Warriors team, some say the best offensive team in NBA history. Doris, would you agree?
I don't necessarily love comparing over eras. What I would say is they've got one of the best pure scorers ever in Kevin Durant, 2 all-time great shooters in Clay and Steph, and then Draymond Green, one of the best playmaking bigs we've ever seen. I'll tell you, they'd compete with just about anybody.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Stolen by Thompson. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz leading by 4. Crowder kicks to Udoh. Pass to Neto. Back to Udoh. Rubio against Thompson. Pass to Udoh. Now Sefolosha. It's Rubio, top of the key. Sefolosha finds Neto. 5 on the clock. Now Udoh. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And that's a foul. It's called on Thabo Sefolosha. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Bell's checked in. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the first. Here's Thompson. And again, no good by Golden State.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Here's Neto. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Sefolosha kicks to Crowder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. Was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off.
And Kevin, let's not forget, Jay Crowder is a former second-round draft pick. This guy has made his bones in the NBA by adding toughness to every team he's played on.
No luck that time either. Warriors trail by 6. Jerebko with it. 9 points last game. Over to the wing. Here's Cook. Rebounded by the Jazz. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And in that one, it was all about shutting down the paint. They were just terrific in terms of their rim protection.
Well, and that's exactly how you have to protect the basket, right? Exceptional job setting the tone on the defensive end, deep at the rim.
And Utah making a change here. Korver's checked in. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Udoh. Here's Neto. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Cook. And here is Sefolosha. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
I'll tell you, great job by Crowder to free himself up, an aggressive interior scorer.
Cook kicks to Thompson. Shoots over Korver, and there's Thompson. That's good on the assist from Cook. 9 points for Klay Thompson.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
And so it's Utah, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. Kevin Durant provided insight into the chemistry of a team chock full of competitors.
You know, there's times where we argue and times where guys want to, throw blows, but that's a part of just being around guys for so long. And, but it's fun. It's fun learning more about yourself as a leader, as a player, and I think that's my next evolution.
And the mix of personalities for this Warriors team, part of what makes them tick.
Different leadership voices, all committed to winning. And I think within that mix, Durant is able to find his place and his voice.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose and they've played with aggressiveness.
We've got Jay Crowder. He's out there with Kyle Korver. Udo out there with Cephalosha. And it's Neto in at the 1 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Here is Cook. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Memphis. Just 3 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Cook's got his first points of the night. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
He never backs down. Thanks, David. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. More and more, we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective. A different look for Utah. Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. Favors comes in for Crowder, and it's Exum in for Thabo Cephalosha. Then for the Warriors, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Kevon Looney. Draymond Green comes in for Bell. And it's Stephen Curry in for Jerebko. Now here's Cousins. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Korver kicks to Neto. The pass to Favors. Shoots over Curry. Favors can't get it to go. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. 9-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Now, Exum, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Exum passes to Neto. To the middle, looking for Favors. He gets it there. Over Green. Favors finds Gobert. And here's Neto outside. That shot, no good. And Golden State will come the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Well, perhaps just knowing that they can pull out a close game, the next time they're in that challenge, they can go in with a ton of confidence.
Here's Curry after Kyle Korver's bucket. Curry dishes to Cousins. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
If you ever notice Stephen Curry's vision, his eyes are always looking for opportunities to find his teammates.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it-type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot.
Curry can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 11. Outside Korver. Pass to Favors. Here's Neto. Back to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert against Cousins. Neto. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Neto's got his first 2 points of the night.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it. What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Utah calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
On the Jazz with some changes. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Korver. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Raul Neto. And Golden State also making a change. Durant's checked in. Now, here's Rubio. A 29-point game for him in the win against Houston.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
6 to shoot. Now, here's Exum. Guarded by Green. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Checking out the numbers for Green. His last 10 games, averaging 5 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Not his best production, and I expect him to break through and get back on track soon.
I think he's been pressing a little bit too much, Greg. He just needs to relax and let the game come to him.
Now, here's Green. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
I think one of the things that strikes you about Quinn Snyder is whatever is at his disposal in terms of players, he makes great use of it. He loses Gordon Hayward, dealt with a ton of injuries, and yet the Jazz are always competitive.
Inside. Nice shot by Gobert. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Boy, I love to see Rudy Gobert score despite the contact. This guy is showing off some big-time strength right now.
Green kicks to Cook. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Durant against Ingles. Curry trying to break free. No good from Durant.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Ingles passes to Rubio. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the half. Gobert finds Rubio. Over Cook. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Outside, Green. Passes it to Curry. With his first shot attempt, Gobert with the block.
An intimidating force who continues to wipe away shots with ease. Go to work, Rudy Gobert.
And so it's Utah. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 11. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere. Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
And over to Kenny now. How'd you think the Warriors were playing?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah. That's the state capital right here in Utah. Really a sight to see when you get that kind of perspective from above. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Durant and Green are the forwards. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot.
Now, Steve Kerr has talked about the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can set in for a Warriors team that has now played in 4 straight finals. And remember, Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about this from his years with the Chicago Bulls. They simply have to fight through it.
Now here's Curry. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Exum. And now the fast break Exum with the ball. The wide open look here for Ingles. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Ingles has got 6 points. Well, Coach Steve Kerr looks to give his players breaks. Doris getting away from the game, what he calls filling their cup.
Well, I think, Kevin, it's mentally taxing, battling 10 months a year over and over again. And Steve is emphasizing it's important to have time away from basketball to recharge a bit.
Here is Favors after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Back to Rubio. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Warriors trail by 15. The wide open look for Durant. Hits the three-point bomb. He has 5.
Well, Kevin Durant is a dead-eye sniper, right? He takes pleasure in putting it to the defense from there.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. The Jazz making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Kevon Looney is checked in for Green. Here's Ingles. He has 6. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Rubio. Defended by Durant. Shot clock at 6. And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Puts it up from 15. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Curry outside. The shot, no good. And it's Utah the other way. So 17 points was their biggest margin. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now here is Sefolosha. Kicks to Rubio. This one for three. Another miss by Utah. Warriors trail by 12.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab to make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
And here is Sefolosha after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Curry against Sefolosha. And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Jazz. Bell, he's checked in for the Warriors. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clock at 6. The three from Sefolosha. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos of things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
Udo's checked in for Gobert. The Warriors also with a sub. Jerebko's checked in. Warriors trail by 12. Curry passes to Bell. To the paint. Here's Looney. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
Here is Korver. The Warriors making the shot. There's the three. Rebounded by Bell. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Now, here's Thompson. Not a lot of room. Fades and shoots. And the Warriors tank on 2 more.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
Here is Korver after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Beyond the arc. And Kyle Korver gets the 3. Korver's got 8.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now, here's Jerebko, guarded by Korver. Here's Thompson, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And the offense starting to click for them this half. They've raised that field goal percentage quite a bit since the break.
Timeout. You know, when you're the Utah Jazz, you've got to look at the trades that have been made the last couple of seasons. Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder both fit stylistically into both the offensive and defensive schemes. Both of these players provided major minutes for this ball club.
Utah calls timeout. Indoors for the Jazz in their trades. They've had a streak of coming out on top.
Well, to me, the front office deserves probably more praise than they've gotten. Not only for finding players in the draft, but also identifying players who are probably undervalued and who fit into the system that they're trying to play. It's what has kept a smaller market team like the Utah Jazz competitive for so long.
The Jazz making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Cook, he's checked in for Thompson. Rubio outside. The kick out to Crowder. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now the pass to Jerebko. Here's Bell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bell's got his first 2 points.
I'll tell you, nothing like having excellent interior position and the athleticism to finish. Jordan Bell, step to the mic, sir.
On the wing, Cephalosha, defended by Jerebko. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Doris, last year, a bit of a bounce-back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
First one falls for him.
Now, Derek Favors undoubtedly has turned himself into a dependable power forward, someone capable of averaging a double-double in the NBA.
And he can't hit the second. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
So it's Utah now. The Warriors making the shot. Udoh gets the bucket. Udoh's got his second bucket. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Curry deciding where to go with it. Crowder with the steal. And so it's Utah holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Back right after this. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity, okay? On misses, you guys really run in space. Anyone can bring it.
Well, he's trying to get them to maintain that edge right now.
And solid advice from Coach Snyder, wanting his squad to remain engaged.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Cephalosha is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then there's Udoh. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Favors in at the power forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Rubio finds Favors. Outside Crowder. Back to Cephalosha. Pass to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Poked away. Now Green. Passes to Cook. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert comes in for Udoh. And it's Joe Ingles in for Thabo Cephalosha. Durant against Gobert. There's Green with the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Jazz leading by 9. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Rubio right side. Pass to Ingles. Back to Rubio. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Curry. Rubio misses.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And here's Rubio, following the three from Kevin Durant. Rubio against Green. And the pass to Ingles. It's stolen by Curry. From deep, Green. Utah with the rebound.
I think he should consider taking another dribble and step in next time. That's more in his range.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Curry. He kicks it to Cousins. Durant, the pass to Cousins. Back to Durant. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists now in this one. Jazz leading by 4. Utah calls timeout. And you think about how the Warriors attracted Kevin Durant to the team and all these all-stars coexisting. It doesn't always work like that, does it?
No, and I give a lot of credit to Steph Curry, a 2-time league MVP, but he never lets his ego get the best of him. His good-natured calm and sense of serenity kind of set the tone and maybe balance a bit of what Draymond brings to the locker room.
Dante Exum is checked in for Jay Crowder. The Warriors also with a sub. Thompson's checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
And that one's good by Favors.
And, Kevin, I think as long as Derek Favors is in rhythm, you've got to get him the basketball. This is such a talented offensive player.
Golden State moving the ball around. Curry fires from way outside. Favors with the rebound. Favors got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Exum kicks to Rubio. Favors with the ball. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Rocket 6. The drive by Rubio. Stolen by Thompson. Durant dishes to Curry. Durant against Ingles. Right side Durant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You simply can't fight on the shot fake, but Kevin Durant makes that a tough task.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Durant.
I think Kevin Durant prides himself on doing everything at an elite level. And really, think about how he's improved his defense in the prime of his career.
Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Durant hits them both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
Curry against Rubio. Has to Gobert. Kicks it to Favors. From 17 feet out. Thompson with the rebound. Warriors trail by 4. Passes it to Cousins. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Yeah, and Cousins never shy when his team needs a game-changing basket.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Utah. Pass to Ingles. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. Back to Rubio. And he gets the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 3.
Oh, give credit to Rubio. Tough-minded individuals tend to excel in big moments.
Durant just inside the line. And another basket for Golden State.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Utah calls timeout. They're ahead by 1. 1:36 left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Derek Favors.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And stolen by Cousins. Here's Thompson. Oh, and they take the lead. Thompson's got 19 points.
Klay Thompson, calm and cool under pressure. How about the big bucket from Klay?
And Rubio kicks to Exum. Gobert against Cousins. The pass to Gobert. Shot clock at 5. From deep Ingles. Drills it from outside.
How about Joe Ingles stepping up in the clutch to deliver a big-time bucket?
Right side Durant over Ingles. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
Rubio against Curry. 13 feet away. Here's Gobert. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
He had stolen by Ingles. Back to Rubio. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Exum. Yes!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're behind by 2. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the Warriors now. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Durant. Over Ingles. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
Utah calls timeout. And here's Ingles outside. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And the Jazz start out with the ball. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. Thompson and Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Ingles can't get it to go.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Now here's Favors. Shot clock at 6. Back to Rubio. That's tipped. It's offline from half court.
That was what we call a brain fart. Not sure what was on his mind with that one.
That's inexcusable. That kind of shot selection isn't doing anybody any good.
Rubio against Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
Boy, there's just a rhythm and a beauty to what Steph Curry does on a nightly basis. How pretty is that shot?
Up top, Rubio. Guarded by Curry. Exum kicks to Favors. Rubio against Curry. From about 16, count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Rubio.
I'll tell you, the in-between game for Rubio starting to come around.
Here's Durant, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Durant's got 20.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Exum deciding where to go with it. To the inside. Favors. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Thompson.
One shot.
And that one falls for Favors.
A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Pass to Durant. Over Ingles. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Well, we know Kevin Durant is one of the elite players in the NBA, and if there's a big shot to be made, he wants to take it.
And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 5. 43 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Green against Ingles. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game, and so they choose to intentionally foul. Here's Curry. And an intentional foul right there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, we know Steph Curry is a lethal shooter. I think the underplayed value that he has is his finishing ability at the rim. He can get into the mid-range. I mean, you've got to guard this guy from every space on the floor as soon as he steps across the half-court line. Boy, those free throws add a nice cushion to their lead.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 29 seconds left in overtime. Five-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Ingles. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
You have to be able to navigate the pick and roll in the NBA, and Joe Ingles is becoming a master of it.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting for Golden State, Klay Thompson. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
You can see the bind a defender is in when trying to check Klay Thompson. He's a lights-out shooter, which means you have to close. But the other thing is you don't want to foul him too much, guys, because he's a knockdown free throw shooter, too.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Exum finds Ingles. For three. No good. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Kevin Durant. It seems like even with some adversity thrown your way, you guys find a way.
Well, we're moving the basketball. You know, we just relying on each other. And, you know, we're just believing in each other, man. No matter what, we just stick together.
It was very obvious that that was the case. Thanks, KD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.